the side of the road, not far away from Reykjavik. Well, actually a little bit, but we are now gonna try to fly the drone and chase the car with it. So David is gonna be in the car with us and he's gonna try to fly it and like try to follow us. This city is one of the oldest settlements on Iceland in the west, where the fishermen started fishing and settled, but right now it's just a small little village of 2,000 inhabitants. It's actually smaller than the village where I live back home. And here it's a town, so it's crazy. Is there anything to do here?
Ey, es ist so unglaublich still da, gell?
Ja, das ist gruselig. Es ist gruselig. Yeah, let's go there. One of the oldest settlements of the country. It's located on a peninsula and it's got really nice panoramic views. And once upon a time it was used as a fishing hub, and I think it still is to some extent, but of course nowadays it's used mostly for tourism. But you see, they built new houses. It's very clean, very nicely kept. So they're really trying to do that, to improve stuff and develop it. If you're into Nordic sagas, this is the place where one very famous poet or writer came from. So yeah, what are the guys doing here? I also read that nowadays this part of Iceland where we are currently, the west, is the one which suffers from the most stagnation. Like people move away from here probably towards Reykjavik or other places, south probably also, and move away from here just because it's so remote. And this is only the start of it. This is not really so bad here. When we go up even further west, there will be hardly anything, just a couple of villages, and that is it. So yeah, of course it's not so easy to live in a place where everything is far away, kind of secluded and closed off. Also developing infrastructure costs a lot, so I think the government is trying to do its best. So there's nobody here even. because they're all in Thingvellir and Reykjavik and stuff, so you know, not bad, not bad. So I've spent a couple of days here in Iceland, also the guys, and man, the nature is just, it's just amazing. And yeah, also the people have been really nice and friendly and yeah, very chill. No wind today, no rain, although it's coming for us here, probably. It's still pretty chill, so this is definitely not for everybody. You're not gonna be here sunbathing and, you know, doing your beach volleyball games, but still, you know, this is the Nordic way of life. Probably the Icelanders, they do it. And now, let's go up there where this monument is, whatever it is. I don't know. Just take in this. I just have to take in this amazing landscape. It is really, really beautiful. For that alone, I think it's worth it to visit Iceland. I know there is a walkway to this monument, but you know, I'm a Viking. I don't need any walkways.
Her und die Schrauben sind so platziert, dass es sicher richtig geil Arsch wehtut.
Naja, du kannst es ja versuchen.
Nein, das stimmt. Wir wollen dir nicht das Denkmal schenken.
Der ganze freundliche. This is how people live around here. Probably all the kids from the surrounding villages go here to school. Yeah. And what a view to have.
Der Sohn und der Heilige Geist.
Everyone sits in Empfang und der Heilige Geist.
Frechheit, was soll ich meinen? Rechts dir.
As in every Nordic country, churches are always closed.
Es ist ja kein Verbrechen. Ist aber eine hübsche Kirche, muss ich sagen. Ist sehr, sehr schön belichtet, muss ich sagen. Ich glaube, da könntest du sogar ohne Lichtschalter. Da könntest du sogar reinpassen.
Ja, da brennt der Licht.
Ups.
Ja, das ist keine Ahnung. Vielleicht ist der Pfarrer da gerade. It's not much to look at, but it's got a lot of history, and for the region it's important. So, if you're traveling through Iceland West, you should stop here.
Two espresso, two cappuccino. In the back, this is strawberry cake.
Okay, in the front, this one's apple.
Yes.
Right, okay, then. I think I'll take the apple one.
One apple cake,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, only one cake for all of you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Sure thing, I'll bring it all to you. You can
Thank
find
you
the
very
seats.
much. Ispunarisch.
Go home, my dear.
€5 for an espresso.
Han har wirklich so die old Opfer. Also die größte Erfindung der Menschheit ist, dass der Mensch es geschafft hat, im Häuserbau voranzukommen, weil das ist eine Katastrophe. Oh, der Wandern, das muss so scheiße.
Aber einen guten Dachsturm schon geschafft, muss man sagen. I just recovered from an epic fail. The car didn't want to give me the key back, and I was like, what the fuck, it doesn't give the key back. Yeah, it wasn't in park, like, yeah, it was in drive. Yeah, I only have the car for 3 years now, or maybe even longer. Well, just imagine you're stranded here. It's not a bad place to be stranded. It's a bit windy today. Slight breeze. Here you have to pay for parking. Fucking incredible, man. I mean, it's just 400. Haha, just 400.
Whale watching it.
Just absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. Just a random stop on the road and you have this. This is not even on Google Maps like as a viewpoint, it's just random. Wow. Wow. And there's a little settlement there, but we haven't seen one in an hour maybe. This is the most remote part of Iceland, like the least inhabited part of Iceland, and it shows. Also infrastructure isn't as good. Also not so many like job opportunities, I suppose, so that's why people moved away. But of course tourism is definitely has some potential here. So yeah, just beautiful. And I like that we went here because not everybody always goes here, because it's so far to drive, it's long to drive, it's also hard to drive. Sometimes you don't even have paved roads, which is insane to think, you know. But yeah, nothing the Hilux can't do, but you will struggle a bit with a regular car here and there. But yeah, check it out, man. This is the most remote part of Iceland, which the least tourists visit, and I think they definitely miss out on a lot of cool views.
Definitely.
Look at that. Wide open fjord here, the sea, mountains.
Beautiful.
Insane. Like so far, it's been a close call with America, because America's freaking beautiful. But this, I think with the sea here and all that, yeah, I think it beats it. This right now is the point where Iceland actually beats America for me in terms of the beauty.
Okay, yeah, I get that. In terms
Because
of
it's
nature
always
beauty.
been close, like I still thought America was, of course it has more, like it's bigger and all that, but one that came close was Iceland. I think this here, it's really something.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
And it's just a random stop on the road.
Yeah. Just a random stop.
It's a normal thing you take with you on your travels.
Wow.
Friday crosswalk. So, welcome to the city of Ísafjörður, which is one of the oldest settlements of the country. Here, probably fishermen start to settle because you have the sea next to you, basically, and you can fish. And since then, that's what it has become. I mean, look at it. This is the biggest city I've visited ever since Borgarnes. Actually, Yeah, it looks even bigger than Borgarnes to me, because it has a population of 2,700 people. And when you look at it, it has all the amenities of a city. I'm surprised. I don't know how much there is really to see here. It's mostly got like historic value, you know, it being so old. So what do you know about this city?
It's old.
Let's check out. Here is the center of it, and then we're done. So let's make the most of it. Yeah. I mean, why there is not so much going on is also because it's almost 10 p.m. on a Monday.
It's a small town.
And yeah, I mean, people have to work and stuff, so they're not gonna stay up late. But I mean, this is crazy, it's so light. How can we sleep with this? Here's the port, the lifeline of this whole region probably. Huh? Ja, dann schauen wir auf ihre. But man, it's not bad. You have no empty shops. It's clean. Man, it's something. Wow, Menschen. People. We haven't seen so many in the last, I don't know, 14 hours. And here's some old houses. So this is the old town side of it. Simi. This is a nice neighborhood here. I mean, yeah, if you exclude the geographic location, it's just a normal city in the north. Like, you wouldn't think much of it, but when you actually look up on the map where it is and how secluded it is from the rest of the country, and already Iceland being so secluded, that says a lot. So you must be a certain person to actually want to live here, because I mean, you have to be alone all the time.
Of course.
And of course, the Germans are everywhere.
Hier war ich schon in Baden-Württemberg.
Would you want to live here? It's definitely not for everybody. You have very limited options in terms of work, traveling. It's also not easy, even though they have an airport, a small one. But yeah, it's a very secluded place. Like, I'm sure, yes, it also has a lot of tourists in the season, but like compared to the rest of Iceland, I don't know, probably not so many. Seems a bit more chill. The view is really where it's at. It's beautiful. Ísafjörður, one of Iceland's oldest towns. Good morning from Bolungarvík. Look at the view.
Huh?
Look at the view. We're on the most northern part of Iceland northwestern part, I might add. And you cannot go further because the street ends. And funny fact about this village is you have to go back the tunnel you came from. There's only one way in and one way out. So if this gets blocked, yeah, bad. But you know, there might be some mountain roads that I don't know that we can access maybe, but for the most part you're done for if the tunnel is closed. But yeah, we got 11 degrees Celsius. That's the height of summer. I don't know how cold it gets in the winter. Not that cold as in Lapland, but still I think they still have it pretty harsh conditions weather-wise with the snow and the ice and all that. Probably not that easy. David is gonna fly the drone now into this cool crater, or I don't know what it is actually, this valley here. And then we're gonna make our way slowly south. But right now, most northern part. Cool place to be. Also slept like a baby last night because of the good air probably, but also we were exhausted, and yeah, so I just fell asleep immediately, 8 hours until the clock. Yeah. Kein Problem. You know what, actually I'd like to do a tour now of the apartment because I have to go back up again. Freaking Nordic door locks. Watch our Finland video where we couldn't get out of the house because we didn't know how to operate the lock. So this was the apartment. Very, very nice one. Living room, very nice kitchen with a dishwasher, oh the luxury. 2 bedrooms, I slept here. Look at that view out of the bedroom. Won't get that in Lignano. Nice bathroom, very modern. Also the other's bedroom was very nice. Look at that view. So yeah, that apartment of course wasn't cheap, but it was cheap for Icelandic standards because this part of Iceland is not so frequently visited by tourists, so therefore it's a bit cheaper, but not cheap. Here we are in the village of Suðuroyar, which is also a very, very remote little village on the edge of Iceland's west fjords. And yeah, we had a bit of troubles getting here because we didn't expect a turn-off inside of a tunnel. So we went to another village, which was wrong. But why we went here exactly is because apparently there is a lighthouse on that fjord over there. But you can't drive there, you'd have to hike or something, or like off-road there. So we thought, maybe we can spot it from that fjord, and if not, maybe David can fly his drone over there. When you visit Iceland, and especially a region of Iceland like here, you start to appreciate those normal things that we have. For example, coffee shops, a lot of choice of food, just supermarkets, gas stations. Just to get groceries, those people have to drive all the way to Isafjördur, which is a good like 40-minute drive if I'm not wrong, or like 35 at least. And that's right now in summer. In winter takes longer probably. It's, I think, a very like closed community. You know, the tourists, they come and go, but those few people, I think they have their community. They kind of have to, because I mean, that's all there is. And also the weather. Right now in summer it is light all day. You know, the sun never sets. That is, I think, easier to deal with. You just, you know, close the shutters and you have dark. But in winter, you have like 2 hours of daylight. That can get, I think, really, really hard to live with, because it's also so long. You know, it's like for a couple of months, you have dark, like dark. Yeah, it's. I think it can take a toll on your mental health. Definitely. So, you know, I have some respect for people who live here and work here and just deal with this. Also, me, you know, my Austrian, Central European brain, I couldn't deal with this being summer, this being warm, you know? This is right now 10 degrees, that's as warm as it gets. Maybe it gets like to 15 here, but that is it. Yes, it's no joke, sometimes the roads are like that, they're not paved. So it is a hard life here for, you know, us modern humans. We're used to all the modern luxuries. But despite that, they have very good internet connection everywhere. Everything is there. You know, it's not that you don't have any groceries or so. They seem to run the country really, really well. And so that's also appreciated, because even in remote places like that, people are being taken care of. So the government does something right, I think. Sure, go to the Dynjandi Park, go to Geysir and Reykjavik, but also maybe just go to places like that are not that frequently visited, because I think here you can get the real sense of the real Iceland. Like, this is how, just imagine the settlers who came here, they had to live here in these conditions without electricity and stuff, and wow, just imagine that. Just you and the nature. And the last thought I have about living here in places like that is that those people, they just, maybe they want to escape this modern stress and hustle and bustle, and, you know, maybe they just want to chill. And I know, I mean, I can relate to that. Sometimes I also feel like, man, I just want to go somewhere and be left alone, especially as an introvert in an extroverted world where you need to show off everything all this freaking time, or this is how you're taught anyway in society. You know, it's cool to just you know, take this all away and just chill. And I do think that sometimes the guys that also move to places like that, they're like, you know what, I'm done with this whole modern life, this whole stress, and, you know, I just want to have a simple life, be left alone. And, you know, I know why you would want to do that. I can understand it. Even if you're only staying here for, let's say, a couple of months, I think it will shape your experience. Like, I don't want to say you will come back as a different human being, but it will definitely have an impact. You're gonna think back like, yeah, I was a different lifestyle. Yeah, if you have that opportunity, that chance, you should take it. Really should. because I have to address the elephant in the room as well. This country is fucking expensive. I mean, getting here alone is expensive, but also staying. I mean, you have to stay, you have to eat, you have to drive, and all that costs you. It really does. Fuel is expensive, and of course the hotels and Airbnbs, they're expensive. So I know that you appreciate it. I don't tell you shit, and I say how it is. You have to be able to afford this. It's how it is. I also expected this to be less expensive, honestly, but this is how it is now. It's definitely probably the most expensive country I've ever been in. I've been to Switzerland, I've been to USA, Sweden, Norway, Denmark. They're all really expensive, but this one, yeah, from price, sort of you, it's no shit. So keep that in mind, guys. According to my guidebook, this is Iceland's most impressive waterfall. Even more impressive than the Gullfoss. It is definitely the most impressive one I've seen in my life. It isn't as big as the Gullfoss one, but man, it's definitely beautiful. Is this the most impressive waterfall of Iceland, if you ask me? Yes. This is the most impressive waterfall I've seen in my life. You probably will. Gets more incredible the closer you get to it. What a view we have here. Crazy. Crazy. You have here a view. You have there a view. You have a view everywhere. Iceland doesn't disappoint. Doesn't matter where you go. Dynjandi waterfall. Absolutely recommended. You can't beat that. Also, if you remember at the Gullfoss in the national park, there were thousands of people and a lot of crowds. Here, almost nobody. Next to this thing. Wow. A hidden gem in Iceland. I think I'm gonna wait here for the guys. What a place to wait. Awesome. Can't recommend it enough. This behemoth is a hidden gem in Iceland. Beyond me how that is. It's simply its geographic location. Mashallah. Wonderful. Wunderschön. Krasiva. Muy bien. It's the most impressive thing I've seen in years. Ho ho ho. Morning guys from our Airbnb, which looks from the outside a bit rough, and first we thought, nah, that can't be, you know, I mean, look at it, it's a freaking construction site, but on the inside it's actually really nice. So yeah, it might look like that on the outside, it looks pretty cool on the inside. Today is our last adventure day. We're gonna go whale watching in Holmavik. That's a little city, a little town that we've already been to, and now we go back to it. It's only half an hour drive from here, and yeah, we will do that, and then we're gonna make our way back to Reykjavik, which is around 3-hour drive from Holmavik. So yeah, it's been a great few days here in the Westfjords. I recommend you check it out. It's a different Iceland than the Instagram hipster, you know, trendy one. It's the more chilled, you know, not so touristy, more unknown sort of Iceland, which is, yeah, it is really interesting to me. I mean, we had some highlights. We had this amazing waterfall. We had the fjord streets, which were just absolutely incredible, super stunning. Then we had also, you know, the restaurants we went to were really good. Of course, expensive, but really good. We had everything, you know. Also, the car is doing really well. Someone wrote Austria on it, which is quite funny, actually. So yeah, check out Westfjords, a really beautiful region in the world. Over and out. These guys took the power from us. We have no power anymore.
Okay. So, we have a very important announcement to make. We're now driving out of Bolungarvík.
No.
No, Holmavik. and now, Daniel has an important message to do because he's sponsored by Fanta. Of course, right? Sure. So he has a review, first ever review, Austrian review of the Fanta. Which Fanta is it? Okay.
Fanta grapes.
What's your amazing review of it?
Honestly, I like it. Like, it's very interesting because it's not very sweet like the normal Fanta with lemon and no wait, it's orange. Orange, not lemon. The normal orange Fanta is very sweet, but this one is like not that sweet. And it tastes like you have grapes and you mash them and you like make juice out of it, and yeah, it tastes like grape juice.
All right, perfect. So,
Fanta, please. Money here. No.
you know, here's the IBAN.
We need it here.
We need it. I mean, we're in Iceland. We need the money.